are all kinds of students, primary, secondary, but no schools.
Many Mali refugees left their homes, jobs, and educations for the relative security of the camps, and now they are safer, but poorer. And with every day they spend in the camps, their future appears to be bleaker.
We are well protected by the authorities, but internationally, we are forgotten.
David Axe reporting for VOA News.
In West Africa, hundreds of Ghanaians gathered at the State House in Accra on Wednesday night for a vigil honoring their late President John Atta Mills, who died on July 24th at the age of 68. The event was part of a three-day funeral arrangement for Mills that ends on Friday. People from all walks of life attended the vigil and were dressed in red and black, the traditional Ghanaian colors of mourning. The vigil also included musical and cultural displays and performances from dance groups from across the country, and Mr. Mills was internationally celebrated during his time in office for presiding over a stable democracy in an often volatile region. His untimely death came only months before he was due to run for re-election in December. A funeral service and burial is scheduled for tomorrow, and a large number of foreign dignitaries, including Hillary Clinton, are expected to attend.
Now, the UN's emergency relief coordinator is in Central Africa today, getting a first-hand look at the plight of refugees from Congo's Eastern Rebellion. Barely Amos visited a makeshift camp in the Congo's North Kivu province on Wednesday. As aid workers handed out food and supplies, Amos offered comfort to the tired and hungry. The refugee population has swelled to nearly 280,000 people in recent days. Amos says she hopes her presence there will inspire donors to provide assistance.
They have said that they want to go home. They have said that they would like more support here. You can see that the situation is very difficult for all of them. A lot of children, no real shelter, and people don't have proper food yet either.
The UN says aid organizations needed $791 million before the crisis erupted, and so far have received only $341 million. Amos is scheduled to go to Rwanda today, where she is expected to urge leaders to help contain the fighting by M23 rebels.
Well, now to South Asia. 7 Pakistani crew members recently returned safely back to the port of city of Karachi after the release by Somali pirates. Captain Javed Salim spoke to VOA about his nearly 20 months in captivity. Sharon Ben has the story.
He missed his wife and daughters the most. Javed Salim was captain of the ship Albedo, hijacked by Somali pirates as it sailed towards Kenya in November 2010. Overpowered by armed pirates, Salim surrendered. He and his crew spent the next 20 months living in difficult, raw conditions as hostages in Somalia.
We were in the bushes, so we were exposed to, bare nature, understand? So there's no protection against nature. There is no shelter, there's no shades provided or canopy provided to cover the sun. So that was the most difficult thing. So all our skin, you can see this is scorched.
They had little food, almost no water. They started to lose hope. After a year and 8 months, a group of donors in Pakistan paid a ransom of more than $1 million. 7 Pakistani crew members were freed, and Salim finally came home.
That was the happiest moment of my life for my family, which I see them, and they were too glad to see me.
Salim says he has quit his career as a sea captain. Life, he says, is more important. Sharon Bain, VOA News, Karachi.
Now, many African countries are regularly troubled with moderate to severe power outages that affects the daily lives of an estimated 600 million people. Joining us again today with part 2 of her series, Lighting Africa, is VOA reporter Mariama Diallo. Hi, Mariama. Welcome back.
Hello, Demi. It's my pleasure to be here.
Tell us more.
Today we're highlighting an entrepreneur that's working to help Africans in need of light. He's the former CEO of the multi-million-dollar game company Cranium. In 2007, with Alexander, sold the company, moved to Ghana, and started a company that leases rechargeable batteries to people who live off the electrical grid.
A street vendor in Ghana lights a kerosene lamp in order to stay open a few more hours. A child in rural Kenya studies by a kerosene lamp at home. In Africa, 600 million people live without electricity. Some say it doesn't have to be this way. Whit Alexander and his brother Max moved to Ghana 4 years ago and opened a business called Burrow.
It's a rechargeable battery service. You pay a small deposit for each battery you take, and then every time your battery falls, batteries don't die in Ghana, they fall. When your battery falls, you just bring it to your Burrow reseller. You pay a small fee every time you change your battery.
His batteries charge just about anything, including lamps.
This takes 3 of the Burrow batteries, and it's got 4 different brightnesses, but you get 200 hours on this super saver mode, we call it. And then this we call bright, and that'll give you about 20 hours. Now you might want to close your eyes because this is super bright. This lights up a room, gives you 5 or 6 hours.
But charged cell phones are crucial, he says.
If you're on a cocoa farm in Sokoanya in the eastern region of Ghana, you know, 80% of Ghanaians own a cell phone, but only 50% live on the electric grid. So keeping that phone charged is a major issue.
For Whit's brother, Max, chronicling their journey on what he calls an African adventure on bad roads with a brother and a weird business plan was inspiring.
Ghana is near the equator, so it gets dark at about 6 o'clock every day, and that's when the flashlights come out. And, you know, Americans could equate it maybe with going on a camping trip, you know, but it's every day of your life.
He says he's learned that the challenges his brother faced are common and requires patience, flexibility, and skill in training employees to do a good job. He hopes his book inspires people who want to help.
Younger Americans, I think, feel like they want to be able to make a difference in the world and maybe have a feeling that, you know, just going to a Save Africa concert is not really doing all that much. I think the inspiration there is my brother. He just went over and did it.
Which says the people he works with every day inspire him.
These guys, in the face of adversity, when things go wrong, and me as this, like, you know, crazy American executive over there, I'm like, oh my gosh, the vehicle broke down. We're going to be late for the village meeting. What are we going to do? And, you know, Nee will just say, Whit, it's cool, calm down, you know. We'll get out, we'll call ahead, we'll get a taxi.
He says his business hasn't made a profit yet, but he believes he's on the right track.
Well, thank you so much, Mariama. So it looks like there's something to look forward to, at least in terms of this electric shortage.
Absolutely. I mean, I think all we need is more innovation, more creativity. And I know that it's not just the people from the West who are coming in Africa with these ideas. There are also a lot, like a lot of people, local people who are from Ghana, from Kenya, from Senegal and other sub-Saharan countries who are doing amazing work and amazing, who are coming up with amazing ideas, really.
Technology.
Absolutely.
Technology.
Yes.
Well, thank you for bringing that to our audience's attention.
Absolutely. My
Mariama
pleasure.
Diallo
Thanks for having
joining
me.
us here. Well, you can stay in touch with In Focus by going to our Facebook page. Click like, read our stories, and leave your comments. The address, facebook.com/VOA In Focus. Now, what is the current state of health in South Sudan? Coming up, our Lino Madu did some checking, and she will have some answers in today's report from the African Health Network. Stay with us.
This is on assignment.
Reporter Prince Haiti, Carolyn
VOA News, Tripoli.
VOA News, Baghdad.
News, London.
Hi, this is Imran Siddiqui from VOA's Urdu TV.
And I'm Alex Villarreal. I'm an English language reporter, and we are going to take you on assignment.
Let's go.
By Iraqi traditions, women are considered the glue that holds society together.
The women were frightened. The men were frightened.
I'm here with VOA's Carolyn Pursuti, who recently went to Haiti.
You know, it was quite a tremendous earthquake.
Between these two families, they make 8 different handicrafts.
All of a sudden, the security guy came over to me and then, hey, you are not allowed to shoot anything here.
This is a story about the empowerment of Muslim women in the West.
We got really close to this Taekwondo team that had all Muslim women on the team.
Whether you live in Somalia, Senegal, Nigeria, or Zimbabwe, from every corner of sub-Saharan Africa,
Turn to us for information and experts to help you improve health and life.